the top 3 pillars of a great online marketing strategy. Now, I'm going to share you and drop with you some huge value right here. I got 3 pillars that you need to follow in order to have a great, solid, rock solid online marketing strategy. So number 1 is, pillar number 1, the content. You need to have solid content. And I talked about that especially in the last episode of Marketing Commandos, how to create content massively and make sure it works. You need to have that content figured out, because if you are not able to produce content, you become irrelevant. People don't believe in you because, hey, whenever you are trying to buy something, you're always checking out on Instagram, websites, and all those things. If you do not have that set it up, you're irrelevant. So you need to have that pillar installed. Next pillar, promotions material, because you can have content, things to say, but you need to promote toward the right thing. I talked about that yesterday as well in the last episode of Marketing Commandos as well, episode number 2, which is you should always be promoting something, always. Even if that's just sharing a post, even if that's just commenting on something, or your product or services, but always be promoting something. So you need to have an inventory of material of things that you can promote. Because if you have a massive amount of content, you need a massive amount of things to promote, right? Next pillar number 3, is to have sales funnels, and that's incredibly important. I'm going to go over that into another episode more specifically, but having a sales funnel, which is basically a sales process on the internet, because I see that that's probably the number 1 mistake I see is people just putting things out there, but they don't have a process step by step where they know where and how to take their customers in order to make them convert. And the sales funnel is simply something like that. It's a process on the internet, like you have a sales process in real life. You have, you get your leads, you qualify them, you have a follow-up sequence, you qualify them, all those things like that. You have a process, exact same thing on the internet, and you need to have one. As simple as that. And I'm going to share with you a little bonus pillar, which is follow-up. Now, how do you follow up on the internet? There are tons of ways to do that. A few ones that I'm thinking about are email marketing. That's a way to follow up, and that's a really solid way to do that. I may do an episode dedicated on that, but email marketing is incredibly important. If you are doing in the B2B space, something that can be interesting is, for example, whenever somebody hits your website, you directly call them up, you send them emails, you send them text messages. Those ways to have a follow-up strategy done, all those things are incredibly important as well, because oftentimes people are not going to buy in the first time, and oftentimes if you want to get that sale, you're going to have to follow up with them 5, 20 times. You never know, but you need to have that pillar set it up.